Welcome to Embracing Infinity, exploring the infinite oneness in the space of love and truth. Host Jennifer Rose is an international spiritual medium, healer, channeler, mentor, and transformational guide. Her focus is encouraging individuals to know themselves within the lens of their divine heart and highest potential, to evolve within the frequency of love and peaceful harmony. Now, here's your host, Jennifer Rose.
Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. Happy December. How is everybody doing? Welcome to Embracing Infinity. Uh-oh, I've got an echo. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Have a little bit of an echo. I'm Jennifer Rose. Welcome to Embracing Infinity, and we are on the Sacred Spiral Network, and we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube over on the Sacred Spiral Network. Kelley Brickle, Medium Kelley Eckhardt, and Jennifer Rose pages as well. So thank you all for joining us here today. If you have a moment, please remember to hit the little reaction button over on Facebook. We appreciate comments, tags, follows, subscribes and thumbs up over on YouTube. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It does help us to keep growing, expanding, and being all in the love together. I'm going to try to put my AirPods back in and see how we do, everybody. So give me just a second. I always see it glitch on my end. Okay. I think we're ready. I think we've got this. I'm so excited to be having my special guest, Medium Kelley Eckhardt, joining me in just a few moments. So she will be on with me very shortly. In the meantime, let me just say hi to everybody who has joined us thus far. Hi to doing the best you can, and blessings to you as well. Great to see you over in Oregon. Thank you for being here today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And who else do we have? Let's see. There we are. Kay Weezy, hello. Thank you, Kay Weezy. I appreciate that. I had an echo coming in my ear, and that would have been really hard to move past while I was talking, to hear myself twice in my AirPods, but I'll fix now. So thank you so much, and thanks for being here again. We really appreciate your support, Kay Weezy. Michael's in. Hello, hello. How you doing? There's my friend. Everybody, Michael's in. If you don't know him, you probably do by now. Also is a host for the Sacred Spiral Network on Tuesdays with Holding Space. And he also runs his own podcast live stream on Thursdays called The Live Stream of Consciousness. So please check both of those out and give him a follow as well. So thank you. Thank you. Good to see you, Michael. Thank you. Also want to say hi. Jennifer McCormick has joined us. How are you, beautiful, over from the UK? Great to see you. Linda Owen, evening to you as well. Good to see you. Thanks for being here as well. Michelle Oliver, thank you. I love you, girl. That's so kind of you. So thank you for being here as well, Michelle Oliver. 226, great to see you. Kathy Gibb, hello, hello. We're also streaming on Veronica Jenkins' online live psychics readings page. So I want to give her a thank you for allowing us to stream on her page as well. She's also helping us to spread the love. Hello, Kathy Gibbs. Hello, Lorraine Chambers. Welcome to both of you as well. Thank you for being here. Hi, Maria Coppola. Thank you for being here. Joey Bard, thank you for being here. I can tell a lot of you are excited to see Miss Kelley Eckhardt today. I can tell. Good to see you. Okay, and thanks for joining us. We also have Pauline Bonner. Good evening to you too as well. Thank you, my friend. Hello, Labyrinth Criterion again. Good to see you as well. Thank you for being here. Hello, Miss Evelyn from Solvang. Good to see you. That's over in a little bit in closer to Central California. Beautiful little Danish town. Great to see you, Miss Evelyn. Thank you for being here. And we have Tracy sending love and light to you too. Thank you, beautiful. Sharon Louise, evening and love to you too, beautiful. Thank you. Danielle Long, thanks for joining us again. Hello, beautiful. Cornelia Dutton, 2148, hello, hello to you too. Great to see you. Paula Marie Munoz, hello, hello. Thank you, love, for good to see you too. And hello, there's my friend Jeffrey. Greetings, peace, and love to you. How are you doing, Jeffrey, today? Thanks for always supporting. Love you, my friend. And let's see. Are we all caught up, Kelley? I think we are. Okay, let's see here. Okay, got it. Just making sure everybody's hearing me well. Okay, so before we get started, just a couple of short announcements for you, everybody. This afternoon, just a little bit after Embracing Infinity ends, Kelley and I will be going live at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 p.m. in the UK, and I will be the guest on her show, so I'm very excited about that. We're going to be talking about spiritual loneliness, and we're also going to be doing some readings as well. So it's a good topic for us to cover, a little bit different from, uh, uh, human loneliness, should I say, or 3D loneliness. So we'll be covering that topic. We felt it was timely and appropriate. And then we will be doing some messages after that. And then, everybody, next weekend, on the 13th, if you are in the Southern California area, we have a live demonstration on the 13th in Tustin, California at the Sanctuary Wellness Center. And it's at 3 p.m. Pacific. We would love to have you join us. And that will be myself, Kelley Brickle, Nancy Maritala, and Lynn Juno, all demonstrating, the four of us together. Hi, Helen Marie. Thanks for joining us. Beautiful. And then the next day, next Sunday, is my final holiday for the Love of Spirit Sunday spiritual service. That'll be at 10 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. in the UK. And it's Team Angel on board for this one. So everybody who serves on a regular basis will be doing the mediumship, healing, poetry, and inspiration. So that includes myself, Stacia Cherry, Nancy Maritala, and Kelley Brickle. It will be a 2-hour service. All of the donations, 100%, will be going to children's charities for this one, and for the Love of Spirit, will be matching that amount as well too. So it will be double the love being sent to our kiddos here for our end of the year final holiday service. It's a very loving, sacred, peaceful gathering. Everybody gets healing from it. Everybody comes out with a little glow. So we do welcome you and hope that you can join us for that. So thank you for allowing me to share all of these wonderful events coming up. And of course, all of the other Sacred Spiral shows will be on throughout next week, as well as we keep climbing towards the holidays. So hello, I am Gurjot. Thank you for being here. Thanks, Jennifer. Yes, yes, yes. My angels are speaking to me from spirit. I feel my dad around me. Oh, that's wonderful. And your best friend, Sky Bryant. That's wonderful, Kay Weezy. Great to hear. It looks like Nancy Maritala is here with us. Hello, there's my soul sister, Nancy. Good to see you. She is the queen of fashion over in California here. So great to see her. I'm giving queen names to all my friends, so I'm working on that. It's a lot of fun for me too. So, all right. And I would also like to say hi to Michael Christopher is here as well. Hello, Michael Christopher. We got the MZ and the MC, as I like to say lovingly, too. So thanks for being here, Michael Christopher. And he also hosts a Sacred Spiral show, Spiritually Imperfect, with Jennifer Lee, usually on Wednesday mornings, but sometimes it changes a little bit, too. So please check them out as well. They're very fun. And they give great readings as well and have spiritual discussions as well. So please give him a follow and check him out over on the Sacred Spiral Network as well. Melinda Gulick, thank you for joining us. And we will be doing some messages later, and we will go to everybody who we are, as we are drawn to them, and try to get to as many as possible. So thank you for being here. I'm so happy you're here. Hi, Joey Bard. Lots of love to you too. And let me see, have I missed any? Heidi Goal is here too from Colorado. Hello, Miss Heidi. Good to see you. Beautiful. Hi, Julie. Thank you, love. Thank you for being here. Hi, Lynn Juno. Thank you for being here. She just did a great show, Kaleidoscope of the Soul, just right before Embracing Infinity. So another fabulous show with your crystal readings. Well done, my Rainbow Queen. Should I call you Kaleidoscope Queen or Rainbow Queen? I'm working on it, Lynn. You have to, maybe you have two queen names. Hi, Paula Marie. So, and Patrick Monaghan is here as well. Thank you for being here. For Patrick over from Ireland, good to see you. And Kim Princess, beautiful interview Kim Princess did with Michael Zinn last night. I know we all know and love Kim Princess, and she was on Michael Zinn's show, Live Stream of Consciousness, just last night. So you can catch the replay over on his pages and over on YouTube as well. So please do check that out. Michael He's never going to let us live that one down. Okay. All right. Sorry. He got me. He got me. Okay. Ava Bergstrom, welcome. Angel, to you too. Great to see you, Ava. Thank you for being here. I think I saw. Oh, sorry. Michael, do you know when I start laughing, I can't stop? So this goes to a previous show. It was After Hours, and Michael wanted shenanigans, so Nancy and I gave him shenanigans. So he wanted it, he got it, and there we went. So we had a little bit of a comedy hour before we did some amazing and beautiful readings. So there we go. Okay. Okay. Hi, Linda Owen from Northway. Wales. I can't stop laughing. Oh my goodness. That's what happens to me. Okay. All right. I think we're all caught up. And so hello to everybody who's joined us. And again, if you've just popped on, please remember to tap the reaction button with a heart, a care, a wow. We love all of the positive feedback. We love your comments. Please also tag, share, subscribe, follow, thumbs up over on YouTube. Greatly, greatly appreciated. So I think it's time to let me be serious now, everybody. All right. I think it is time to welcome the beautiful and lovely from Northern California medium Kelley Eckhardt. Let's bring her up. Hi, Andrea.
Hello.
You are. I thought you were muted for a second, but I can hear you. How are you? Thank you for being my guest.
I am great. I'm just laughing at you guys. I mean, I'm watching all the comments and I feel like there's all these inside jokes, but I kind of get them. So thanks. I love silliness. Oh, and hello, John. I know John. He's saying hello to me.
Hi, John Mullen, and hi, Sarah. Hi, Helen, everybody who's joined us too. So yeah, we have a really beautiful group here today, and there's a lot of love here on these shows, Kelley, and on the Sacred Spiral Network. And yes, we have a lot of fun too. So we can dump our seriousness and be a little bit silly, which is fab, right? And it also raises the vibration. So hey,
right? And I'm so time, so it works out great. I mean, I'm always told I need to grow up, and I'm like, why?
Exactly, right?
Let's have fun. Yes.
I agree. So thank you for being my guest here today. Laughter is beautiful. Thank you. I've been really excited to do this show with you. And very, very, very great. Yeah.
Thank you.
And we know each other from way back, but now we get to like actually kind of reconnect again a little bit closer because it's just been too long, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, I was in SoCal for a long time, but I've been in Northern California now for 4 years. So
for a while,
like a long time, yeah. And I go to SoCal all the time. I just never do any work. I'm always going to visit my daughter. So.
Yeah, it's a hop, skip, and a jump on a plane, or if you leave at the right time, it's 6 to 8 hour drive, which sounds like a lot, but you get through it with a couple stopovers at Starbucks, right? Yeah.
If you drive the way I do. I'm really good at getting there in about less than 6. Yeah.
That's my girl.
No laws broken. I swear. I mean, I'm only 10 miles over the speed limit. No.
I know. Us girls like to drive fast. That's just how it is. Okay.
My husband drives, it's a 9-hour drive. I drive, it's a 6-hour drive. So.
I know. I can relate. Okay, my dear. I'm going to read your bio. I think most people know you, but just in case anybody's just getting to know you for the first time, and plus you've done all of this fabulous work, so it's good to recap on this because some people may not know everything that you do. So here we go. All right, everybody. And thank you for listening. Psychic medium Kelley Eckhardt was born with vivid memories of the spirit world and several past lives. Her first memory in spirit came years before her birth, witnessing her mother give birth to a brother placed for adoption 13 years before she was born. Growing up as the youngest in a big eclectic family in the 1970s, Venice Beach, California, how cool, where crystals, tarot cards, and incense were household staples, helped Kelley connect easily with people from all walks of life. While others played board games, her family gathered around the Ouija board to speak with spirits. On her 11th birthday, Kelley received her first tarot deck from her sister, a treasured gift she still owns today. Her intuitive gifts are a family trait woven through generations, strengthened by love and guided by spirit. Kelley has trained extensively with Arthur Findlay College tutors and mentored under Thomas John, Lisa Williams, Mavis Patilla, and Andy Bing. She has been featured as an expert on the Roni
Ronnie
Dutch
Dort.
show.
Ronnie
Oh,
Dort.
thank you. Thank you. I should have practiced that one.
That's
And
like,
is a two right, and is a two-time Amazon #1 best-selling co-author with contributions to The Last Breath and Signs and Synchronicities, true stories that empower and inspire. I believe that's the same one Tracy Peffer is in as well. That's so cool. A lifelong learner, Kelley continues to deepen her connection with spirit. Her understanding of grief runs deep after losing her eldest son, Ron, at 20 years old. She found profound healing through spirit communication. Today, she channels the compassion and wisdom to help others find comfort and peace. You can find her on Facebook at Medium Kelley, on Instagram at Medium Kelley, on TikTok at Medium Kelley, and on YouTube at Medium Kelley. So please, everybody, give her a follow on all her respective channels. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Kelley, for all of the work that you do for Spirit and our community.
thank you, Jennifer. And I do miss my SoCal crew because I do, we used to have a lot of events down there and it was fun before COVID. Yeah.
It
So,
was.
yeah. And I've always felt that, I guess, because I think I met you guys in the beginning of my development back in like 2014 and 15. Or it was around, I started developing kind of in 13, but really got into it in 14. And I feel like that's when I started running into all the people that I know now that I feel like it's almost like we went to college and we were all like college friends, like.
That's so true. That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, like, it's sort of like we were all kind of coming around, and I don't know if you developed sooner, but that's what about my beginning was around 2014 or 15 when I started meeting you and
Yeah.
Kelley and other people. And it was a fun time. And I believe Allison brought us all together. So I just want to kind of
Yeah.
my dear friend Allison, who
Yeah.
was a big part
She's
of
in
it.
spirit now. Yeah, she's in spirit now. But yeah, she did bring us all together. She was a grand connector
For sure.
of
I always want to
us.
share that about her because, she meant a lot to me, and I do miss her, but I have felt her spirit a lot since she passed and really pushing me. So I'm glad that she's doing that from the other side because she did that in life. And
Oh,
I'm so honored to be on your show today, and I'm really excited to share some things that, I don't really often share, but I've felt the urge to share more this year. I mean, I've shared it with people in conversations, but not really as social media. I mean, I've shared a little bit, let's just say that. So I'm excited to share.
right.
Yeah.
I'm excited to have you share too. Thank you. So, yes, we're talking that you have a very unusual story in that you have remembered your past lives, which is pretty unusual in itself. Not that many people do that. A lot of people do have, or maybe not a lot of people, but more people have near-death experiences. But you've also had several of those too, and so to have both is pretty unusual.
And to remember
Yeah,
being born and
exactly.
the
True.
first year of life. And let me tell you,
Yeah.
I know why we don't remember being born. You don't want to remember that. Okay.
Okay.
It's pretty traumatic. I think I was fighting the whole way. I didn't want to come. So I think I was 3 miscarriages too. For I remember I changed my mind 3 times. I was 3 miscarriages for my mom. She
Oh,
literally
wow.
had 13 pregnancies and 6 live births. I was
Oh
3
my gosh.
miscarriages, and there was another one after I was born, and then she had a hysterectomy and no more kids. So I was towards the end.
Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So
Yeah.
you remember being born, you remember the birthing process. So this is an even, more original story too, that you remember all this.
Book I'm working on too. Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
working on this book, and I'm finally inspired to write it. Oh, I've been writing it.
Yeah.
I'm finally inspired in a way where I've come up with my format finally. I've just been writing chapters, not knowing what I'm going to do with it, and now I have a plan. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's so wonderful.
Yeah.
It happens when it's time, right? We always wonder, like, when am I going to talk about this or talk about that? And when it's the right time is when it's the right time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been 6 years in the making, It's a lot of work because it's emotional, but I want to share my story because I feel like everything I've been through is so inspirational in the fact, and I'm going to give myself kudos because I think that's important for what I've overcome and accomplished with what I went through as a child. I mean, honestly, I shouldn't be here. honestly, I should be, probably dead, right? Like there were so many incidences or things where I've been saved by my angels. So I'm a strong believer in angels. I've actually seen them, and my angel appeared to me physically as a child at 2 years old in one of my near-death experiences, and she carried me through
Wow.
flames, and it was just hands, and I know it was a female, and she picked me up and the flames parted and she carried me to a safe spot. I should have died in that fire at 2.5. And they said, nope, it's not your time, Kelley. Mind you, I was a child and I watched all of this from the spirit world in my little white circle room with my angels and guides, right? But I called it my classroom as a child. But I
Wow.
spent most of my childhood in that room and not here in the physical plane, in and out of the hospitals and 3 near-death experiences, because for the first 7 years, my whole mission was to get back to the spirit world. I didn't want to be here. It was difficult. So yeah, and it was a difficult family I chose, and a lot of abuse from like day one. So it was very traumatic the first 7 years, and then I would say the next 7 years, from 7 to 14, was me kind of fighting back and taking charge. You know, and then
Yes.
you go through I'm 15 and the teens where everything, and this whole spirit world stuff's all made up in my head, and try to push that away. Made a bunch more mistakes, had another near-death experience at 25 where there was no way I should have survived that. An ex-husband put a pillow over my face, ex-cop, pinned me down with his knees and strangled me, and I died. My angel brought me back. I had a 1-year-old child in a stroller watching the whole thing happen. He was 11 months old. And she said, no, 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 Kelley, it is not your time. Get your butt back in there. We're going to kick some butt. And she's like, you just need to get your feet up. So I got my feet, and somehow it's like they took over my body. I got my feet under his butt and threw him 5 feet through a wall and a closet door and the wall. He dented the wall, and I ran for my life. But then he had a butcher knife, and I escaped. And there was about 30 cops and 2 helicopters from the neighbors. And they took me to the ER and the baby to the ER, and he went to jail. Of course, I was still young. I was 25. I wanted to save this man. I was not in my spirituality. I was ignoring my angels, my guides. And I went back to him for another 6 years and had another baby and a lot of abuse. And then one day they woke me up at 1:32 in the morning, my angels, and said, Kelley, get the babies and get out now. He's going to kill the whole family. And I packed everybody up in a minivan at 1:30 in the morning and drove to LA and left him a note saying I want a divorce, and left him that night. And then my angels, that's when I started allowing my spirituality back in. They showed me my husband now, who I met when I was pregnant with my first child. We worked together, and we've been together almost 21 years. And we've been married 11 years, going on 12 years here soon.
Oh,
And
congratulations.
yeah,
Congratulations. Yeah, you got a happy ending there.
I did. I'm a miracle. I always say, just the fact that I exist after what I went through, the child abuse, the mental, physical, sexual abuse until age 10. It's just a
Yeah.
miracle I'm here. It really
Yeah.
is.
And then domestic violence on top of that. And
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I married
wow,
mom and dad combined, mental illness and alcoholic. Yeah. Drug addict. Yeah. I
that's a
mean,
lot.
I knew better. I had every sign from spirit, but I was tuning them out. I was pushing them away, because around 15, I was like, I don't want any part of this. I don't want this anymore. I don't want to see dead people anymore. I don't want to have these dreams anymore. Like, it's all made up in my head. I was starting to become like aware, like not everybody was on board with this, and my family was weird. And so I was like, I didn't have any friends till about age 13. So it was difficult. I was on the spectrum, and I'm a weird kid, and I was very annoying because I'm like my son now. He's the reason I started developing. I had no filter, and I just would go and tell everybody my whole life story and all the trauma at my house. So CPS was always at our house. School teachers were always calling on us because I would tell them everything. It was a rough time, but nobody saved us. They just we slip through the cracks for years. Yeah, it was difficult.
Wow. You've got a lot of supportive comments calling you a warrior queen, and you are meant to be here. There
Yeah.
was one gal who said she's had some similar near-death experiences as well too, and so a synchronicity that she's here today.
Yeah.
Paula Marie had a similar experience. So thank you for, sharing so openly and vulnerably about Leona. She had this happen to her as well. Wow.
I'm sorry, Leona. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about my mom, because my mom's was on the spectrum, and my mom was mentally ill, and my dad was an alcoholic, and they had 5 kids together. She had one that she put up for adoption before they got married when she was 22. That's the first one I remember. Nobody knows who the father was. I highly suspect my grandfather was the father, and that my mom was an adult of abuse herself, and that's why she allowed all these people into our lives that abused us, because she attracted
Right.
abusers, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't until I kind of got a voice around 10 and I started standing up to the abuse. But my brother, one of my brothers didn't do so well, and he struggles to this day. He's 57 or 56, and he struggles. I feel bad.
Yeah.
There's you can't fix somebody who doesn't want to be fixed, but he definitely needs it, right? I always
Yeah.
send my family love. I try to be live my life in the moment with my family, and do things differently. And I think I have. Yeah, I think I've broken some of you know, those things in my family, or at least I'm trying.
Yeah.
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 Two things is, what you're sharing about is very real, because we can see from the comments that there are other people who have been through similar things. So as wow as it sounds, it's just like, oh, as it sounds, it's not that uncommon
It's
actually.
not,
And so,
especially in LA County in the 70s. I'm going to be honest, I
yeah,
went to school in LA County and near the beach in Venice, and
yeah,
there's
that,
probably at least 10 girls that I grew up with since kindergarten that went through similar experiences. So I know it was like an
mhm,
epidemic in LA. It was filled with child molesters, rapists, and everything. And our parents
mhm,
were just so naive. And my mom was mentally ill and on the spectrum. And she thought, oh, hey, the beach is a great childcare. Let me drop them off at Venice Beach. At
yeah.
the nudist
Oh,
beach, Venice Beach, with
oh my God.
yeah,
Wow.
like all the gay
Yeah.
nude men, which is not a problem. I mean, I love gay men, but as children, we shouldn't
That's
be
not appropriate. Yeah. That's not appropriate.
like my mom.
That's,
Here's $20. Go have fun at the beach. But it
oh,
was
that's how we grew up. It's, yeah,
Karen. It was
we just came home when it got dark, people.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
just it. We were on our
yeah.
bikes, whatever. We came home when it got dark. Here's some money, buy yourself a slice of pizza. You know,
I was the youngest, so they
that
took
was normal. That was normal back then. Yeah.
right. They took my older siblings took all the money. They couldn't stand me. And I would spend my day, okay, this is the weird part because I'm a weirdo. I would hang out with all the homeless people and I would sit and we talk about life and we talk about spirits and we talk about like how I knew things. Like we talked about my gifts because I knew about them
Yeah.
and how I knew about like fire because I had predicted 2 fires in my house. I could telepathically communicate with my mother when she was at work at night. Like my dad burnt the whole house down and I called my mom home with just my mind and she came home within 10 minutes and got us all out and called the fire department and we didn't die, thank God, but we could have burnt down in the apartment with my dad. But I
Yeah.
knew it was going to happen weeks before it happened. They kept yelling at me for blowing all the pilot lights out. But then the night it happened, I had packed everybody a bag with clothes for the week. I was 6 years old. I packed my brother's bags and myself a bag. I didn't do my sister because they were mean. I didn't care about them. And I actually packed my dad's drums because he was a drummer and he played in a band. And I put everything near
Uh-huh.
the front door and I telepathically called my mom and said, Mom, the house is burning down. And she came home early from work. She worked the night shift as a waitress until 6 a.m. And she came home at 1 in the morning and she called 911. She didn't know, or not 911, but the police. We didn't have 911 back then. And by
Right.
the time she got there, the fire department showed up. I had everybody's bags ready, and she came and had to wake my dad up because he was sleeping through the fire. He caused it. He fell asleep with a cigarette in his mouth in
Cigarette. Yeah.
a bedroom
Is he in
apartment.
spirit? Is your dad in spirit?
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
great. He's my
I'm
biggest guy.
pretty sure I felt him around earlier this today.
He's the reason I developed. He pushed me from
Yeah,
spirit, and he saved my life. Yeah.
yeah. With some of what you're sharing, like, wait a minute, I heard bits and pieces of that this morning. He must, so it's like, oh, that must be him. Okay.
He's pretty powerful, I'd say.
Wow.
Him and my son, they're like huge inspirations for me from the spirit world, and I'm so grateful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Oh,
guess I chose them, but and I remember sort of, but you don't remember everything. I just have bits and pieces, but it all makes a picture. Yeah.
yeah, it does. Leona also lived on Venice and Overland, her
Oh,
first job at Gazzara. So, I mean, Venice is really cool in a lot of ways, but there's a dark side
oh
too. There's
yeah,
always a dark side to different places. Yeah.
yeah. And
And,
crazy things happen. And my mom, because she was mentally ill, I went to 13 elementary
mhm,
schools. We moved every 6 months. It was rough. Like I never had friends because of that. And also we were the weird family. So nobody wanted to be around us because I talked to dead people and I scared them. So I couldn't
mhm.
out all the parents. So
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
kids
I
to
hear
get
you.
loud around me. Yeah.
Um, well, I'm a firm believer that we can't change things until we name them, and everything needs a witness. So everything that you've been through deserves to be, witnessed as much as you choose and want to share it. And so this is a healing process because not only do we get to witness your story and listen to it, and I feel very so emotional with this, but everybody else here who's sharing too. It's like we name it, we see it, we feel it, we give it love, and then we can heal it. We can move the energy and we can make something better from it.
Yes,
We can do
exactly.
better.
Well, I want to take
Yeah.
the shame away from it because why should we as children feel shame for what was done to us?
No. No.
Especially for
Yeah.
men. I feel so bad for my brothers. Well, I only say out of
Mhm.
respect to one brother. I talked to one brother and I know I'm gonna respect him and he has his own version, so that's okay. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that brother. But the one brother I don't talk to, like the shame that it has caused him in his adult life and the addiction and all of that that he just because he can't deal with his childhood. It's so bad. And why should we feel shame? We were the ones wronged. So I feel like people get so uncomfortable
Exactly.
when we talk about it, but we need to talk
Mhm.
about it because it needs to
Exactly. Exactly. We
stop.
don't stop it if we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. We don't name it. We don't witness it. This is very real, and this is how we heal. There, I
Yeah,
rhymed.
it's so true, and I've been told by people in the spiritual realm, like, "Your story's so negative. Will you just, like, stop talking? Like, you're making us all uncomfortable." And I'm like, but they were sharing deep stuff, so, like, I'm in my spiritual community. I should be safe. So I've been hesitant for the last 10 years to share the whole story, but I'm really gonna share it all in a book, but I have to be respectful of my family because not everybody's in the same place I am. And so I
Yeah.
have to make sure, like, people understand, like, this is my perspective, my story, what happened to me. I'm not gonna share
Right.
what happened to my family, but, you know, it's obvious. Like, I wasn't the only
Yeah.
we just
Right. Right.
experienced it at different levels or different ways because of our ages and but yeah, I'm
Yeah.
the youngest. I feel like, it was not great, but I wanna share it because I wanna help people out there. I wanna help other families because just because things aren't like it was in the '70s, I know that was 55 years ago, I'm hella old, but there is still a lot of dysfunctional abuse happening in families. I see it.
Yes, there is, and it's not okay.
No,
And
and
it's not
people
okay. Yeah.
are ashamed to share. And if
Yeah.
you can't if you can't talk about what happened to you, how do you heal?
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
what happens when you feel like you can't share it, that you were the bad person. You made the mistakes, and we didn't.
Mhm.
We were
Yeah.
human. We were
E
kids, children.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And in the end, it doesn't have to be about, you know, um, blame and all of that kind of thing. It's just like, this is what happened to
It
all
was
of us,
it was a hard time.
including yeah.
It
Yeah.
was not and here's the thing, I still managed to have such an amazing childhood. I had so much fun. I was so creative. My brothers and I, we were like best friends. We were crazy kids. Like I was wild and fun and we had nobody watching us. So that part of my childhood I loved. Like we were free in the mornings in the summertime from like 7 in the morning until 9 o'clock at night to do whatever we wanted. Nobody was supervising us. And we had such a blast. We built clubhouses and skateboard
Yeah.
and, like, we did crazy
Yeah.
stuff, but that is good for the mind, and I was in all these
Mhm.
gifted classes because, like, we were allowed to I call it unschooling, and that's what I did with my son. We were allowed
Mhm.
to explore and learn on our own, and we ended up, like, all 3 of us, I'm one of 5, but my brothers and I are all like a year apart. The sisters are way older. They're 8 and 10 years older than me. So they were like
Okay.
to us. So my brothers and I, we were all in like gifted programs, advanced classes, and
Hmm.
like we were not dumb kids. So I have to say, like, yeah, I had all this trauma, but I had all these advantages because of it. So I try to focus on like there were these great times. We had fun at the beach. We built a Venice Beach skateboard ramp and we raised funds, save the Venice Beach skateboard ramps, and we built it, of course, with stolen construction from around the community, but we built it, we drag big like boards from construction sites,
Yeah.
still wood from everywhere, and the bigger kids, the teenagers, they made all the little kids do that. There was like 7 or 8 of us. We dragged all that and we built the most amazing skateboard ramp, and now there's a skateboard park there. We created it.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah.
That, yeah. So I have some great memories. My whole childhood wasn't so traumatic because I was abused, because I had my connection with the angels, because I had my connections with my guides and my spirit family. I often was half here, half there, and they were helping me heal, and understand
Yeah.
what I had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So putting you kind of consciously in a safe space
Yes.
to help you with that
My
situation.
body when I was being abused.
Right.
I was, to me, it was like it wasn't done to me. I was observing it from spirit, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I understand.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what my angels did for me, because apparently they keep telling me I chose this life and knew this was going to happen.
So they were helping. They
Mhm.
were helping mitigate the
Yeah,
worst.
they were. I mean, we've had some crazy things happen because my mother allowed like so many inappropriate people into our lives and into our home. And
Yeah.
it was a very crazy time, and there was a lot of drug usage in the 70s with heroin and other things. And my dad was an alcoholic, but he had a lot of drug addict friends that were in our home. It was very it took me till 9 to figure out that we were different than others. That's what I'll say. I was unaware of it, but I was aware of it in a subconscious way, but not aware of it in the physical form. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I understand. I understand. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for sharing so openly and honestly, and a lot of supportive comments. And
Yeah.
Jade was saying weird is the new cool, and vulnerability is what heals the world. Absolutely. Yeah.
I just
So, and
real
and
and
you're
be
right. I
yeah.
do know some of this makes people feel very uncomfortable, like, ooh, I don't. But
But
it happens to people. The least we can do is give it a witness, to give it a heart, to give it
but
an
also
ear.
to give the hope.
Yeah.
Here I am, I'm 55.
Yeah.
I have the most amazing husband and I have
Yeah.
children. And yes, I've lost a child, but I had the
Yeah.
most amazing time raising that child. He was
Yeah.
my biggest teacher, my biggest healer, and my biggest helper. So
Yeah.
I am grateful for every part of my life, even the trauma. And I
Yeah.
practice that gratitude daily, especially when I feel down or I feel like
Yeah.
things are too hard. I try to
Yeah.
remember what I'm grateful for, and it gets me through. And honestly, just because I grew up that way doesn't mean I have to live that way. I changed things. I turned it around. I made a conscious choice to do things differently. It took me till I was 31, but I did it. I,
Yes, you did.
I did it, and it was hard to do because the first husband was a stalker and filed many frivolous lawsuits and called CPS on me. Like, he was awful. He's in spirit now. I'm working on finding peace with him. He also didn't want to be a dad. He just didn't want to be a dad. He didn't want to pay child support. It was hard. But my husband is a saint. He's raised 2 kids that weren't his, and we have one together. And they look at him like that's their dad because he's the one that's been there for them. I did that. I created that life for them when I didn't do it at first, right? I fixed things.
Yeah.
So I want to be
Yeah.
honoring myself for that and not focus on like all the mistakes I made, because if I didn't make those mistakes, I wouldn't be who I am, and I wouldn't have these beautiful children, and I wouldn't have these beautiful experiences. So I'm grateful
Yeah.
for it all. And that's what I want people to know. Like, it might be rough, but it doesn't mean we have to live that way. We can make
Yes.
choices when we're adults. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, we can. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah. That's so much positive wisdom to share with us of what you've learned from remembering your past lives and having all of these NDEs and um, and you have a thriving business as well up north that
Yeah,
you're running as well.
I'm loving what I do. And, the NDEs, honestly, since before I was born, I spent many times in this beautiful white room, which was like a classroom, and it was circular. And everybody was wearing white. I have these 6 people that have been in my life my whole life, and I always thought they were my angels. But around 3, 2 of them I realized were my great grandmother and great grandfather. So they've always been in my life since before I was born. And they've shown up in times of need. And as a child, they used to take me every night to the room to learn. So I was identified at age 6 as highly gifted in math and put in
Hmm.
special programs in LA County for girls in math that had a math aptitude, and started learning programming at age 6 on IBM mainframe that took up the whole wall,
Oh,
and with a bunch of other girls who I'm still friends with a
so
lot.
cool.
Yeah, it was a special program because I was identified as gifted at, 6. So, it wasn't like I let it ruin my life even as a kid, because there was something about me that knew I had like 2 parts to me and I had to go through this to get to where I needed to be. So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
get it. I get it. I get it. Would you mind sharing a little bit about the remembering your past lives? Like, what's that? Like, what does that feel like, and how does that kind of shape
So
your reality now?
the first memory, honestly, and it sounds so weird, but it's like it's a real memory, just like I remember yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Was 13 years before I was born. I remember being murdered. It was about maybe like 13 years, whatever. I remember being murdered by somebody I loved. I was a nurse. I was 22. I don't know what my name was. I just remember who I was. I remember walking through UCLA. I was at UCLA Hospital, and I had my clipboard and I had this cute little white hat. It was the 50s, and one of those cute little white nurse outfits, and I had a metal clipboard. I remember it was metal and it had pointy corners and it kind of cut my hand a little bit. And I was off my shift and it was like early in the morning, so it was still dark out. And I had some kind of a Dodge car. I remember that it was a Dodge. And I was driving home and there was somebody following me and my car was acting up. And I remember breaking down and it was somebody I knew that had been following me. They pulled up behind me and they murdered me, and it was someone I loved. So I feel like it was like a fiance, but I don't remember all the details. But I do remember he strangled me. So I have never been able to wear necklaces. I struggle. I try. But ever since birth, I could never put anything around my neck. No turtlenecks. My mom kept putting turtlenecks on me. Kept saying, "No turtlenecks, mom." So I remember that. That's the one I remember the most vividly. And then I was in the spirit world, and I was a 3-year-old child, no longer this 22-year-old. I was immediately this 3-year-old kid in the waiting room at the doctor's home in Malibu, where my mother gave birth to the child she put up for adoption. And it was a doctor's house, and his wife was the nurse, and her name was Nancy. I remember all of that, and it was 1957. And I remember they had toys in the room. I could tell you what the house looked like. It was wooded around the outside. There wasn't like house on top of each other's. It was in the canyon somewhere in Malibu. It was beautiful. They had a little creek in the back. So when I was 3, my mom was going to get a hysterectomy, and I said, "Where's Nurse Nancy and my brother?" And I got slapped. So I remember it clearly. She did not want to talk about it. And my dad confirmed it before he died. And he said, yes, she was pregnant and gave birth to a baby right after we got married, and it wasn't mine. So I know that. It's just so crazy that I remember all that. But they were always my 5 or 6. Sometimes there's 6, sometimes there's 5. These angels, I called them. They were always in my life. I was always visiting them in the spirit realm. So when I started developing and learning about trance mediumship in 2015, I went into a class with John Mullen, who said hi earlier. He was teaching it,
Hmm.
and they took us in this trance state of mind to put us into a trance state. And apparently, I went really deep. And I'd done this once before with Medium Fleur, and she told me I needed to develop in
Hmm.
trance. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. I didn't know
Hmm.
much. So I went into a complete trance and had this experience where I saw my 5 people. I'm in the white room again. It's circular, and the walls disappear, and we're in space. And the people disappear, and there are these beautiful lights full of love, which I always felt. And they're these light beings, I call them. And they're telling me, we know what you know. Don't forget anything, which is what they've been telling me since before I was born. And I remember in the trance, I'm going, well, what do I know? Tell me, what is it? And they're like, you remember, don't forget anything. And that's what they told me. And I wrote it all down and I journaled it. I also had all these other past lives delve into me, which I had remembered bits and pieces of them, but I got so much data. I was a medicine woman in the 1600s, and I did not save a little boy in the Indian tribe, and the chief killed me. He burnt me alive at the stake. I remember that. There was another one where I was living in like a little house on the prairie in a log cabin, and we were attacked and killed, and I was burned again alive. So I have fear of fire and things around my neck. And then my dad caught the house on fire, and I caught my mattress on fire when I was 2.5, and my dad burnt the house down when I was like almost about 6. So I had this like total fear of fire and things around my neck. So yeah. And then of course, what does my first husband do? Pillow over my face and strangles me. So it sort of feels like, it's like I had to face this fear to deal with it. Does that make sense? Like in this,
yeah, it makes total sense. And boy, do our souls like to go on a lot of adventures. I'm
like, okay, enough of this. I've had enough of this lifetime. I am not going out this way again. Right? That's
yeah. I know. I always say like my soul has been through so much adventure, but my personality is just like, what? Like what? Wow.
Yeah,
I get it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to talk about. I feel like I've been sharing more about it over the years, but it's been hard for me to talk about it because I feel like until I found my spiritual community, I always felt like people are just going to think I'm this crazy person and I'm going to get diagnosed as schizophrenic or something. You know, I was like, so, and I was raised we talked about spirituality in our family. I went to a center for spiritual living in Santa Monica as a child. You know, it's still there to this day. It was called something else, but it was still a spiritual like church, right?
Yeah. Oh, they called it Science of Mind, I think, which not the same one that that's not Scientology. It's called they called it Science of Mind back then. Yeah.
That's what it was called. Yes. And we went there I started going there when I was 3. I remember it.
Yeah.
It always resonated with me. And it was just sort of like the way it was. It's eclectic, it's crazy, but I was taught early on to not talk about it, you know, other than with the family. Yeah. So you learn that.
I can see.
You know, as a teenager, you really learn like, oh my God, these kids are going to think I'm already crazy because they already hate me. I had like no friends. I was such a weirdo and I was so strange, but I have had a job since I was 10. I've supported myself since I was 10. I sold jawbreakers at school to make money to buy clothes. I made $80 a month because I wanted clothes like all the cool kids, you know, and I wanted like the fresh smelling shampoo, not the cheap shampoo, you know. So at 10 years old, I started working. At 11, I paid my mom's rent because it was 81 and she lost her job. And like, I've been a hard worker like my whole life. And
me too.
And now I'm like, it's not about that. It's about the experiences and it's not about the money because we don't take any of that. It's about the memories.
Thank you. The memories.
It has changed, right? Early in life, it was about money. And now I'm like 55 and experience all this loss. And I'm like, you know, it's really about the memories. None of the other stuff they don't mean anything. All that is about the connections, the time we spent together, the memories that we built as a family. And I'm so grateful I did that with my children from day one.
Amen. Yeah. Amen to that. Yeah. And that spirit world tells us that over and over and over again. And I think, should I say it again? I've said it so many times and I'm like, keep saying it. Just keep saying it. All you take with you, your love, your memories, be present, stay connected, feel, you know, all of that. It's like,
I mean, I don't like money. Of course I love money, but
it pays the rent and allows you to have experiences with your family.
I can survive with less and I have. And I forced my family on these vacations and these like family things where we can have memories, right? We're going on a family cruise in 2 weeks. You know, I don't know if they're excited. I'm excited. They're probably all like the adult children are like, oh God, we have to spend 5 days with them, you know?
Well, it'll be fun because then the young part of them will start to come out again as they relax out of their
Exactly.
adulting, and go back into playing again. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
excited about it. So, I think those are the
Yeah.
important things. If anything, I'll save up all my money just to do that once a year at the family. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kelly, too. And I just want to say to everybody in the comments, hello to everybody who's joined us. I saw Ronnie joined us and Colin's here, Elaine Staten is here, and hello to everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I also, so many people have been sharing a lot of vulnerable things about themselves in the comments as well. So thank you for sharing, and we love you and we see you. So thank you for being you and for being strong. So I'm honored that we have this like very sacred and healing space right now, because I can feel it's very palpable. It's in my room, and it's in this whole container that we've all created together.
Yeah.
So I do feel like we're going to move a lot of energy and create a nice healing container for everybody here today that we've started. So, and very timely. Hi, Vivian. Hi, beautiful. I hope everything's going well with you, my darling. And
I love
yeah, I know. She's our girl. Yeah. And it's very timely too, because we're in December, we're getting towards the holidays. It's stressful. We just had a full moon yesterday. Ma was the collective emotional yesterday, because I
Yeah.
feel it. I feel everybody. And it's like,
And
God, get me through this full moon.
I don't sleep every time it's a full moon. I don't know about you, but I cannot sleep. I got 3 hours last night. It's like I'm wide awake every full moon. I don't know.
Yeah, because so is everybody else, and they wake me up. I know. I'm just like, oh, so and so's up. Okay.
Oh my God.
Ah.
I'm like, who's up at 3 in the morning? Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's rough when you
Yeah.
wake up, and I just, it is what it is. Like, things have changed as you hit menopause too. You don't sleep as I've always slept very little, and I need more sleep now, but I have these weird
Mhm.
moments where I don't need any sleep for like a week, and then it catches
Yeah.
up to me.
Aren't hormones fun? So,
Exactly.
God bless being a woman. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not I want to start a show all about like how hormones and being menopause sucks.
Yeah. I think it would be very well received.
I just want to talk smack about menopause.
It would be very well received. Well, and just the collagen loss, and
Yeah.
oh God, help me. Where did my face go?
Parents not tell us about this. Like, my mom never talked about this.
Yeah, you have to tell every young woman, who's in their 30s and 40s. It's like, it's like,
lotion here. No one
what?
told me so many wrinkles.
Watch your estrogen, because as soon as your estrogen drops, your collagen drops, your face falls. You do not want this, ladies. You want everything up.
Oh, then
Keep it up. Thank God for modern technology. They have all kinds of things these days.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I've been steering clear of it all because I never saw good results as my mother, but now I'm like, I'm going to check into it. This is getting old.
Exactly. So thank God for modern technology. They have wellness things that help us to stay young these days, but oh my gosh, it's a lot of work. So Nancy's like, don't get me started on that. Oh,
I don't like it. I love being a woman, but I don't like the aging. Men age so much better. They just age better.
they're not dependent on estrogen. Luna says, helps. My face has fallen.
Unless they're those men that just get bellies. But they still look,
I know, right? It's too funny.
It's not fair.
Okay. So, well, we're definitely raising the vibration with a lot of laughter here, so that's helping. So, how about we roll into some readings now that we've had a good laugh about hormones?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Your hormones not. I'm just kidding.
All right. Okay. So, everybody. So, thanks for sticking with us. We're going to do a few messages. I'm going to play with my chimes that I normally do on the messages from the Enchanted Realms because I love it. It's my toy. So please, everybody, if you would like to receive a message, please put open in the comments so we know that you're here and we know that you're giving your consent to us to give you a quick little message here today. And then number two, please keep up with us in the comments with your written validations. I know it's hard to type on your little phones. Just do the best you can. But we greatly appreciate it. And thank you because that helps us to know we're with the right person, we're on track, all of that good stuff. So with that, would you like to get started, Miss Kelley?
I would. Do you want me to pick somebody?
If you want me to do it for you, or you can just see who you're drawn to. Everybody's popping in on the comments.
Popping up to me, and I'm just trying to scroll up to find her, but I feel very drawn to her, and I just want to find her again. She just popped up a minute ago, but gosh, there's so
Do you remember her name?
No, I will see it in a minute because here.
Okay.
Go up. Here it is. She said, okay, where is it? It is Lorraine. Thank you. That's the one, Lorraine Chambers.
Okay.
I felt drawn to her. Yes.
There we go. Okay, Lorraine, you're up, my darling. So stay with us, please.
So how do you guys normally do this? Does Lorraine ask a question or do I just tune in?
Everybody's a little bit differently, but whatever you would like to do.
Well, Lorraine, if you have a specific question or area of your life you'd like me to tune into, or if you'd like a mediumship, put in a relationship of somebody you'd like to hear from, because we're online live. I want to get right to it.
Make it faster by saying, I'd like to hear from my dad, Tom, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if you could do that, there is a little delay. So as fast as you're able to type, Lorraine, we appreciate it. She's like, I'm thinking. Okay. So she's still here and she knows that she's up. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, right off the back, though, I'll just say Lorraine feels very energetic. I feel pulled to her. She has this very open energy, so I appreciate that. For some reason, she keeps catching my eye. There's a reason for everything. Brother, please. So that's great, Lorraine. I did feel a mail coming through. If I'm connecting with your brother, you would understand. He was a character. I want to say he made everybody laugh. He was funny, he was fun, he was outgoing, he was sweet, he was loving, a big personality. If you can understand that, please let me know in the comments. And okay, I got confused. I was looking at the wrong name. Yeah, let me know in the comments. I also feel like your brother and you were very close, and I feel like he's been passed. It feels like it's been a few years or more, like maybe 5 years. I don't know if that's true, but let me know in the comments. Thank you, Lorraine. If you could, it helps me a lot. Let me know what you understood so I know what you're saying yes to, because there is a delay and I'm not sure what you're saying yes to. That would be great. Also with your brother, I want to say I feel like his passing was very traumatic, very unexpected. I don't feel like this was an illness. I hope I'm right. You never know. But it just feels, okay, 5 years. Thank you, Lorraine. And it feels like his passing was unexpected and quite tragic, and it was kind of a shock to the family. I also feel like he wasn't, in his old age. I feel like I don't know how old, but it doesn't feel like 60s, 70s, or 80s. It feels younger. I want to say like 40s, maybe 50s. But like still had a lot of life left. So I feel like this was very unexpected. Please let me know if you understand that. Oh, thank you, Lorraine. Try not to tell me too much, but thank you. So it was unexpected. I appreciate that. Sometimes they don't like to tell me suicide right away. They like me to work for it, the way I do get passings, but I just know it was quick and unexpected. I know he's very sorry. He keeps saying I'm sorry to everybody because I know that thank you, 50s. Thank you. That's what I felt, 40s or 50s. So I know that he's aware that people, this didn't go well. Like it was hard on a lot of the family, and he's very sorry. He's apologetic because I feel like, he really just wants to say, like, I'm sorry. I know I made all these mistakes. And I feel like I'm sending love to children. So I do feel like either he's a father or he's very close to his nieces and nephews, because I feel like he's watching over the kids. He's watching over the kids and he's sending love, and he wants them to know, like, I'm okay. And I want to say happy birthday, because I feel like somebody has a holiday birthday that's coming up. Like either it's Christmas or New Year's or somewhere between Christmas and like early January. And I just feel like he's saying, I didn't forget, happy birthday. And I keep seeing balloons and at the same time, something else he's giving me. I'm sorry. Okay, silver coins. I also feel like he's bringing silver coins And there's something about birds. So I want to leave you that. I don't need to be sorry. We are sorry that we could not help him at the time. Yeah. He just wants you to, know that he never wanted to hurt anybody, and he knows that it's been painful. So he's sending love. You would understand as well, Lorraine. He suffered from anxiety. Like the reason he had this great sense of humor and this charismatic personality, he was covering up what he was feeling on the inside. I don't know if you understand that. He wanted to be the light for everybody else, but he wasn't being the light for himself, and he realizes that now. And it had nothing to do with anything you guys did, because I feel like he's like, my family did everything for me, and I appreciate them so much, and I'm so grateful for them. So I feel like you guys did all the right things. He's saying he struggled internally because of his emotions and the way his brain worked. That's what I'm getting. So I want to leave you with that. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you so much. Yeah, and I'm
Oh,
gonna.
wow. That's an amazing message, Kelley. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You're a wonderful medium. That
He
was
was really
beautiful.
quick. He is a quick talker. Like I was
Yeah, yeah.
him, and
Yeah.
I was just at in Hawaii with Lynn Probert and Tony Stockwell, and I was working,
Yeah.
slowing it down because Spirit has ADHD like me, and they just start giving me so much. So
I
I
know
hope.
there are some times where I have to work very, very fast, and it's like I just, have to okay, stay with me because I'm going to be talking really, really fast because I'm on a time limit and I'm trying to reach as many people as possible, versus when I'm on like somebody else's service, then I can slow down a little bit. So,
Right.
but yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm like,
I know.
okay, hang in there with me. All right. So
Yeah,
let's see who is still here and still open. I'm just going to see who
yeah,
I'm
good.
drawn to. I'm probably going to go psychic, everybody. Let me see here. Okay, just checking in, everybody. See if you could let me know. Da 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 da. Spirit has HD. Shannon. That was so funny.
They do.
Okay. All right. Ava Bergstrom, I'm with you, darling. I'm going to draw you a card. And I got you knowledge, my darling. So there's your mermaid card because I was feeling mermaidy today. So I've got knowledge for you as well. I already know, my love, that you take a lot of classes and that you've been working on your own spiritual development and you've been working on your own gifts. You support a lot of people. I already know that you travel as well, like that too. But as Spirit is guiding me to, I feel that there is a male helper that's coming in from Spirit for you, reminding you. And I do know you already know this, but it's just a reminder, reminding you that you have access to knowledge beyond what you're seeking out. So, in other words, when you sit in the power, Ava, when you meditate, when you go into your own internal space and have your own dialogue with either your higher self or your helpers or the divine, because you have access to all of that too, you can reach that knowledge and pull it into your own channel for yourself if you understand too. So I am feeling recommendations to continue working with your trance, with your channeling, with your automatic writing, and with your art, because that helps keep the channel nice and open for you too. I do feel big changes coming forward for you as well. It's all positive for you, but the pieces, the chess pieces are going to be moved around a bit for you. And you're probably just going, oh, geez, but it is good. It is good. So it's just like they're giving you a heads up so that you can kind of expect it. With that, Ava, I'm also being told to make sure that you kind of manage your energy and just kind of have ducks in a row so that you can sort of be prepared. And that way it'll be a breeze for you. You'll be no problem, if that makes sense for you too. I get the color blue around you. I don't know what it means, but I get that color for you. When I look into an auric field and I say blue, I know that that's connected to your mediumship and connected to your spiritual awakening as well too. But there's something else significant about this color that comes in for you personally as well that I want to make sure I give you. I feel a grandmother in spirit just popping in to say hello, and she's very she's very proper, but she's got a very high voice like this, and she talks kind of like this. And sorry, she's moving in my space just a little bit too. But she's blowing you a lot of kisses too, and she says you've done the family proud. You have gone beyond expectation. You have done the family proud. Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Ava, for validating that. I greatly appreciate it too. I'm seeing a little crystal ball for you too, so it's very metaphorical too. But God, I'd love for you to just get your own crystal ball just for fun. But there's something about like you can go into like scrying or go into mirror watching, things like that, flame watching too, where you can kind of move into a trance with that as well too. So I feel very honored to be able to give you this message, Ava, as well. And I'm also feeling just from your family and spirit, happy holidays to you. Yes, yes, thanks, my love. Happy holidays to you. And there's definitely a bravo for surviving 2025. So God bless you, girl. One more thing, Ava, I'm getting Duran Duran for you. It's one of my favorite bands from the 80s, but I'm getting Duran Duran for you too. So have a listen. If that's, I don't know if that's one of your favorite bands or if you like them or not, but have a listen and see what you can find there. There's a little message in there for you too. So I will leave you with that, Ava. Thank you, my love. Okay, Miss Kelley, can we do another check-in, everybody?
Yeah. Are we going to do another one? Because if we are,
Yeah.
I'm going to have you pick for me.
Okay. All right, everybody. Let's do another check-in, see who is here, and I will help pick for Miss Kelley too. And then once you get picked, please let her know what you'd like to receive. If you have a question or if you want a mediumship reading, write in the comments who you want to hear from. How about Elaine Staten? She's a lovely medium from the UK.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
All right, Elaine.
That would be great. And from the UK, or wait, that's not Elaine.
Yeah, Elaine.
Oh, there's,
yeah.
But I was looking at the comments on the screen. I'm like, where'd she go? She
Okay.
was up there.
Yeah.
So Elaine, I'm just gonna tell you what I'm gonna tune into you, but let me know what kind of reading you want, and I'm just tuning in.
Okay.
And I know you're a medium from the UK. I think that's awesome. That's where I did a lot of my training, and I love the UK. So right off the bat, I feel like you're very open-minded. Obviously, you're a medium, but I also feel like there's a bit of a thank you. How will I be working with spirit? Okay, perfect. That's where I'm going. I'm going to start with this one. You have this way about you that you're a little bit unique. You do things your own way and a little bit different than other mediums. That's what I'm hearing. I feel like at the same time that you are doing your work, you're healing people at the same time. So I feel like it's almost like you're doing mediumship or psychic work as well as healing work and managing their energy at the same time. So I do think that you have a unique gift in the way you do that. There's this thing about you, because I'm feeling it, that every time you move your hands, you're shifting energy. And so I don't know if you're doing energy work now or if I'm here to tell you that you need to be doing that, because I can feel your energy shifting. I feel like the future is really about you expanding your gifts in a new way, or almost redoing your website to really show people who you really are, because I feel like the website you have now doesn't really portray you for the true self. It's like you're not sharing all of you. So I want to encourage you to be open and honest with like all the things that are happening for you, and give it a name if you need to, because you're sort of coining your own service is what I'm hearing. You're coining your own way in this world. And I think that's what we should all be. We all go into this in the beginning with this cookie cutter training of we have to do it this way, this way, this way, this way. But what we should be really doing is focusing on who we are creatively and how we're meant to do this work. And I feel like that's what you're doing. So I want to encourage you to stay in that path, because you're on the right path. And June next year is a big time for you, because I feel like a big shift energetically with your business, and things really take off. And I don't know if you're doing mentorships or if you're doing like one-on-one mentoring of people. I see that happening as well, and really taking off around June. So I don't know if you're already doing it and it's not going the way you want. I just feel like a big shift in June for it. Okay. And financially, I want to say by the end of the year, you're going to look back and be like, wow, I can't believe I did that. It really kind of all came into place and caught up for me at the end of the year. So I do feel like all the investments that you're putting into energetically, financially, emotionally, all pay off by the end of 2026. And you're going to look back at the year and be like, what an amazing year. It wasn't easy, but it was amazing. So I want to say, continue the hard work. You're doing the right things, and focus on who you are. Don't try to fit in with anybody else. You are intuitively unique, and that's important, because you will attract the people that need you. And there is people that need you. You're going to reach a really, I feel like, a large amount of people once you start sharing who you really are. And that's what I'm going to leave. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
I love that.
okay. Started.
That's such a beautiful I can validate a lot of that because
Okay, good.
I know Elaine, yeah, she's an excellent evidential medium as well, and she does do it her own way. And she's had an NDE too. I've had her on my show a long time ago, way earlier this year, and she just came out with a new book as well too. So it's like that was so perfect. Oh my, I'm so happy for Elaine! Yay!
Yay,
And she deserves it, and she teaches, and she deserves this message so much. So because she gives to everybody. So thank you, Kelley. Thank you, Kelley. Okay, are you good to do another one next instead of
sure.
me? Because I'm going to be doing messages with Miss Kelly Brickle in a little
Totally.
while too. So
Yeah.
I would like for to give you more time if that's
Will
okay.
you pick for me? Because that one
Okay.
I caught my eye, but I'm indecisive because I'm a Libra.
Okay. All right. I've got one from Julie Joanne, who's already has a question. And she says, I want to know my mom and grandmother are, how my mom and grandmother are, also someone who hasn't passed a love reading. So
Okay,
she has a mom and a grandmother or a love reading.
I'm going to ask you real quick, Julie, for the love reading, put in a name. That is my forte. I just need a
Mhm.
first name or initials. I can then energetically tune into that person through their energy signature, because when you type it, you put in an energy signature for me to tune into it. And it's your energy signature for that soul, right? That's how I read other people by names. And that's one of my favorite types of readings to do. Your mom and grandmother, I feel like they had difficulties in life. They sometimes bickered, I feel, or they could butt heads. But there was deep love. I do feel like they're at peace. They're good with each other. And they are like with, I want to say, the whole family. I want to say there's this big family over there. So I don't know who it is that has the big family, but they're loud, they're excited, and they're happy, and they're all together watching over the rest of the family. And I feel like you're one of several children. So I hope that resonates. Let me know. And I'm going to tune into Christian right now. And as I tune into Christian, I feel like he's very grounded. He's very, I want to say matter of fact or to the point, very black and white. It's like it's either this way or that way. He's a difficult time thinking outside the box, whereas you, I feel, are more outside the box, more creative. So in some ways, I think the two of you can balance each other out. I don't know if this is a new relationship. It feels fairly new, like less than 3 years. Um, Oh, they love you. Don't you were the perfect daughter, don't you worry. I feel like this relationship is fairly new, and or like less than 5 years. That's what I'm gonna say. So I don't know if that's true. Let me know if that makes sense. Um, I also feel like Christian open. I'm getting confused by the comments. I'm trying to focus here. Okay, so I feel like Christian, is a smart man. I feel like he's loving, but I also feel like there's like a distance. Like he has a hard time showing his emotions sometimes or coming out of his shell, and that's where you come into play, because I feel like you pull him out and you make him experience life and do things. Let me know if that makes sense. I do think that you guys 3 to 4 years. Thank you. Was that same one? Reading for Julie, right? Yeah. But you've ended it. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Thank you that you said that you've ended it, because it feels like he struggles. He's not at the same place as you. He doesn't have the same motivation as you. And you guys are in some ways in two different, places in life. And so if it's not working, non-committal and a distance. Yeah. If it's not working, it's not working. So it's good that you ended it, because it's either you're going to be compatible, or it's like he's going to pull you down and you're going to get bored. Um, you're really needing somebody more energetic, more lively, more present. So I want to encourage you to work on manifesting that type of relationship. And if Christian gets his stuff together, maybe he might fill up and come back around and be in a better place. But right now he's not there. But I was hoping, it feels like, if you guys did stay together, you would complement each other. It's just, though, it feels like he's very resistant to change and you're not. So that's the one difficulty I was going to say with it. And he's younger. Yeah, he has some growing up to do. I'm sorry about that. But you do need someone younger because you are high energy, but I think he's younger, but he's like an old man. That's what I'm feeling. You need someone that can keep up with you. Here's my thing I tell everybody looking for love and wanting that great relationship, because this is what I did. And I have to, not to brag, I love my husband. He's the best husband in the world. That's my opinion. Most of my friends will tell you the same thing. What I did is, after my horrible divorce and psychotic ex, I started dating, and I started dating losers. I kept picking the same guy. And I immediately thought, I don't want to do this anymore. This is not how I want to live my life. I don't want these kind of people. So I wrote, actually with my husband now, because he was my best friend at the time. He was having the same issue with his dates. We went to dinner one night. We wrote on a napkin at a restaurant with a pen our pros and cons of things we wanted in relationships so that we could manifest better relationships. And this is, mind you, I'm like 34 years old at the time. So this was 21 years ago. And it looked so weird that we did this, but it was so helpful because we wanted the same things. And I had never looked at he was my boss at the time and my best friend. I'd never looked at him that way before. And I was like, oh, he wants the same things as me. That's weird, But anyways, that was the beginning of, we got together a year later. But in the meantime, it helped me kind of weed through the losers I kept picking that really didn't want the same things as me. And I think that's really important for you to make that list of what you want. And somebody who won't commit, goodbye. That's how I feel. Like, set your boundaries. You deserve the best. And I remember saying in my list, and don't laugh, I'm a princess and I want to be treated like a princess. My husband at the time thought it was really funny, but it's true. I had not been treated well and I was like tired of that. And I was going to start becoming the demanding psychotic woman who was like, I want to be treated like a princess. Do it. Like, this is how I deserve to be treated. So really have respect for yourself when you make your list. And the things on your list of the cons you don't want, that helps you set your boundaries, because we teach people how to treat us by our boundaries. If we don't have these boundaries, we're going to allow people to do things that we don't accept, and then we're telling them that's okay and they can treat us that way, and that's not okay. So work on your boundaries. You do have a strong connection with him, and I do think that you could make it work. It's just that I don't think he's there and he's ready. It has to be a two-way street, because I think that you guys would really complement each other. So he might be ready in a year or two. He might be ready in 6 months. I just want you to focus on what you do want, so you're manifesting that and not settling for something that you don't want. That's what I want to tell you, okay? Because I think if you settle, things won't go well with him. You have to have good boundaries. I understand that hard connection. I understand that I've had one of those before, but it was bad for me and I knew it. Sometimes we have to fight ourselves. I'm going to leave you with that. I wish you the best, Julie. I think you have beautiful energy. You deserve the best, and I want you to remember that so you manifest that, okay? I do think you will find love if you open yourself up to what you deserve within the next 6 months to a year. It's a matter of setting that intention and putting it out to the universe and talking to your grandma, because your grandma, I feel like, is coming in and saying, hey, I'll help you. You just tell me. So listen to your spirit family. They're trying to help you. All right. He's not a bad person. He's just very closed. Yeah. And young. Yes. Thank you.
Oh, that was a beautiful message. Best of luck to you, Julie. With love. Yeah, you do deserve the best. So lots of luck to you, and thank you for being here and asking your question and being with all of us too, because everybody can learn from each other's experiences as well. So, and she's saying thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. How about Kelley? We do, because everybody, we have another show in an hour. The other Kelley Brickle, our host, and I will be going live at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 in the UK, which is just a little over an hour from now too. So you can go get a meal and come on back, and we'll be having a discussion and doing some more messages. So I thought maybe we could do a collective message, Kelley, if you're good with that, for everybody, so something for everybody to receive. And does that sound good?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
Am I going to do it, or we're going to do it together? Like, you're going to start and I do it, or how we do that?
How about you do it? You do it.
Okay.
That sound good?
Like I'm on the spot, but here we go. I feel like the collective message right now for everybody, this like right now till the end of the year, I'm going to focus on that because that's how my mind works, is really just to, well, here's the thing. Things are difficult for a lot of people. It's the holidays. It's always difficult for people who've lost loved
Hmm.
ones and all that. And I just want everybody to remember that we as a collective can put all this beautiful energy out there for the world. And if we focus our energy on that higher vibration, we can bring that into our own lives. And it's amazing the things we can manifest with that higher vibration. Maybe you don't have money for Christmas like us. We're broke this year. You know what? I feel like I'm not going to worry about it because those things don't matter. Put out to the universe all the love to everybody that needs it and focus on maybe you can't give financially, volunteer some time. I feel like the collective message is really giving back to our community, giving back to people, and sending the love out to the world because that's what's needed right now, and that's the most important thing. And not just our country, the whole world as a collective, because
Yes.
we are all connected, and everything that's happening everywhere is affecting us as a whole. And we have to remember that. So sending the love this month is so important. There's so much things going on all over that it's overwhelming for all of us empaths. So the best thing to do when it's overwhelming is to send that love out and manifest beautiful things that happen and really send it to our family and our friends and our loved ones too. That's what I feel like we need to really spread
That's
the
perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Focus on the love, spread the love, send the love. It's so
love.
simple. And then we have to keep coming back to it, you know?
It is
It's
so
just,
simple because we get so caught up in the news and money
mhm,
and this and that and politics. None of that matters. It
yeah,
doesn't, because when we die, that doesn't matter. The only thing that matters and all that matters, and this is what my son always tells me, is the memories. We don't take all the other stuff. We take our memories with us, and that's what's beautiful. So let's send love to everybody so that they can have those that peace and they can feel that love. And if you think it doesn't work, I have tested this. I have sent love to my son that passed before he passed. I did healing sessions with people and we would send him all this love. And it was at nighttime. He was in Colorado. He would call me up at 9 o'clock at night. What are you doing to me, Mom? I'm trying to watch TV and I'm all warm and fuzzy all over. So I know they feel it. So if we send this to the world, people aren't going to know why they're feeling good. They're just going to feel good. Maybe we help people, inspire people to make a better world. Who knows? But love is what it needs. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. I got chills all over. I got chills multiplying. So spirit is saying yes, Kelley, yes, 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 yes to
Yes.
that. So
Yeah.
thank you, my beautiful friend. And everybody, please come back in an hour and join host Kelley Brickle on the Psychic Hour with yours truly as her guest. And we will be having a discussion and doing some messages after that as well too. And next weekend, if you're in the SoCal area, there is an in-person demonstration in Tustin, California with Miss Kelley Brickle, myself, Lynn Juno, and Nancy Martala. And once again, for the love of spirit, the final holiday Sunday service of 2025 is a week from Sunday on the 14th with myself, Kelley Brickle, Stacia Cherry, and Nancy Maritala all serving with, and the return of Fran Pierce. Oh my God, I almost forgot to say, Miss Fran Pierce is coming back on Sunday service a week from Sunday, and she will be doing poetry with Stacia Cherry, and myself and Kelley and Nancy will be doing mediumship as well. So it's going to be very special. All of the donations will be going to children's charities, and for the love of spirit, we'll be matching them. So it is double the love for the kids for next Sunday. So please do join us, mediumjenniferrose.com. It's open for registration and sign-ups as we speak. So head over there. Would love to see you a week from Sunday as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. By the way, she will be back for the Fairy Show Messages from the Enchanted Realms as well. So with that, everybody, please live well, love you well. And every morning when you get up, just walk with grace. These steps will take you far. I promise you that. Thank you again, Miss Kelley Eckhardt, for being my guest. I love you so much. You're fabulous. You're phenomenal. So happy that we got to share this energy, create a healing space for people. Just, words do not express how grateful I am for you being you.
Oh, thank you so
So
much. And
thank
thank
you.
you for all that you do
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Thank you, Kelley. And thank you, everybody who's joined us here today. And you're still here. So thank you for sharing your love, your energy, your vulnerability, and all the comments here today. I'm so grateful for all of you that we've been able to create a really beautiful, loving, healing space in this last hour and a half or so. So My heart is full, and it will get even fuller in an hour from now. So, and thank you to Kelley Brickle, our producer, creator, and owner of the Sacred Spiral Network, for taking such good care of us. She's there behind the scenes, clicking away, making sure we're safe and everything runs smoothly. So we're very, very grateful for her as well. And we'll see you all in an hour, and next Friday too, on Embracing Infinity and all the other Sacred Spiral shows. So lots of love to everybody. Mwah. Have a great weekend too. Thank you. Bye, everybody.